Welcome to America News.
New York, a U.S. citizen who joined al-Qaida was convicted Friday of participating in a failed suicide bombing in 2009 at an American military base in Afghanistan. A federal jury in New York reached the verdict in the case against Mohammed Mahmoud al-Faruq, who's originally from Houston. Faruq's case drew extra attention because of reports that American officials had initially debated whether to try to kill him in a drone strike, a step almost never taken against U.S. citizens. President Barack Obama's administration ultimately decided to try for a capture and civilian prosecution instead. Faruq was captured in Pakistan and brought to the U.S. in 2015. Today, an American al-Qaida member was brought to justice in a U.S. courtroom, said Bridget Rode, the acting U.S. attorney for the Eastern District of New York, using an alternate spelling for the militant group's name. She said Faruq faces the possibility of life in prison for his efforts to murder Americans and his commitment to one of the world's most infamous terrorist organizations. There was no immediate response from Faruq's lawyer, Sean Ma. He had argued the forensic evidence was too weak to convict Faruq, calling fingerprint experts' testimony junk science in a closing argument. Most of the charges against Faruq stem from an attack at Forward Operating Base Chapman in Kos City, Afghanistan, January 19, 2009. The attackers drove two vehicles rigged with explosives. An initial blast injured several Afghans, including a pregnant woman, but a much larger bomb failed to go off, sparing the lives of American soldiers. The jury heard testimony about how forensic technicians in Afghanistan recovered 18 of Faruq's fingerprints on packing tape used to bind the detonators on the unexploded bomb. Faruq was convicted of conspiring to murder U.S. nationals, conspiracy to use a weapon of mass destruction, conspiracy to bomb a government facility and conspiracy to provide material support to terrorists. During the trial, the jury also heard testimony from Zarin Ahmedzai, one of three men convicted in a thwarted plot to bomb New York's subway system. Ahmedzai told jurors he was trained by an al-Qaeda operative identified by prosecutors as a co-conspirator of Faruq's, who traveled with him from Canada to Pakistan in 2007. Deliberations were briefly interrupted when the judge learned the defendant's father had encountered four jurors in an elevator and complained to them that had been denied direct contact with him. The judge decided to replace the jurors with three alternates and ordered the deliberations to continue with a panel of 11 instead of the usual 12.